Ladies and gentlemen, on this day of high royal activity, I'm very proud to MC the 2022 Carter School Peace Week John W. McDonald Award. At this time, I just want to recognize Crystal McDonald, who is a good friend of mine, but more importantly, she was the wife and true companion to John McDonald, who was a tremendous person, which you'll hear a lot about today. At this time, it's my great honor to introduce the Dean of the Carter School, Dean Ozerdom.
Thank you very much, Bob. And good afternoon, good evening, and perhaps even good morning, depending on where you are connecting with us. But I'd like to welcome you all to this ceremony, which is one of the cornerstones of the Jimmy and Rosalind Carter School for Peace and Conflict Resolution. And as Dean of the school, it's my great privilege and honor to welcome you all and also being able to say a few words in this occasion. John W. McDonald Award is to recognize a deserving person who has demonstrated commitment to peace building and the nonviolent resolution of conflicts anywhere. And the recipient of the award this year, I cannot really imagine anybody more deserving for this award than Dr. Haifa Al Najjar. She's the Minister of Culture and member of the Senate of Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. Well, you will hear from her in a minute, and I want to kind of share my experience with Dr. Najjar during the conversation I had with her a couple of months ago. It was probably one of the most inspirational conversations I have ever had. There is no doubt about that. She is such a beacon, and in a very modest way, she introduced herself saying, "Oh, well, I'm a teacher." And perhaps that's the best way of describing her. She is indeed a teacher, but teacher of many things. Culture, education, cross-cultural communication, peacemaking, peace building, you name it. I think Dr. Najjar has done it all. And her commitment to peacemaking and peace building in her country, and also in the region. That's just really wonderful. So with that, I just want to say a few words why this award matters to the Carter School. So John W. McDonald dedicated his life for peacemaking and peace building, and in his entire career, all the wonderful things that he did are very much what the Carter School is all about. We have a history of 40 years. We started as a small center with few faculty in the 1980s. We have evolved over the years. We became an institute and a school. And 2 years ago, we changed our name as Jimmy and Rosalind Carter, two great peacemakers. And with that, we are reimagining our future, our next 40 years. And we know that we can only do this if we partner with right people, right individuals, right institutions. And recognizing Dr. Al Najjar's work with this award gives us that opportunity, because she's just the person, the type of person we would like to work with over the next 40 years when we imagine our future and when we implement our programs. Because for us, high quality scholarship is obviously very important, but also practice. What we do on the ground really matters. And having Dr. Al Najjar as our partner in the Middle East, and her experience and her work just gives me so much hope for what we can do together. This is about magnifying and uniting our resources, our capacities together. So it's a really important day for all of us. And I'd like to thank the Carter School Advisory Board for running this award and the committee who's run the process so far and brought us to this important night. And with that, I'd like to hand over to Bob. But Dr. Al Najjar, thank you so much for being part of our family. Welcome, and it's much appreciated.
Thank you very much, Dean. Those remarks were fantastic. For a little bit of the history, I was proud to be the chair of the advisory board the year we started the McDonald Award. And that was in 2016. The first one was at Point of View. It was a beautiful day. I believe it was in June. And the recipient was a congressman from Northern Virginia, Jim Moran, who gave us some great remarks. We had a nice celebration. And from that beginning, we now come to 2022, where we're very proud to award the John McDonald Award to someone who deserves it, but also someone that we're very proud to honor today. To understand the award, you have to understand the person. And I had the great pleasure for many, many years to sit next to Ambassador McDonald at the board table. He was one of my favorite people. He was kind of like a grandfather and someone that I respected tremendously. He was an American diplomat, 40 years foreign service. He was a peace building expert. He was appointed by Carter and President Carter and President Reagan as an appointee to various outreaches in the peace world. He established, as we all know, the Institute for Multi-Track Diplomacy, the IMTD, something that he was very proud of, and I had an opportunity to participate with on many occasions. But on a personal note, in my mind, he was a visionary. He could see the future. He can recognize the past, but he could see the future, and that's why he was tremendous, not just peacemaking, but in personal relations. He was very kind and genuine, someone that I could respect to talk anything about. But one of the things I always noticed about him was he had a twinkle in the eye. He looked at you and you felt warm. He cared. He cared about everybody around him. And to me, that's what peace building is all about. But as a personal note, I will tell you that he was a great board member, but he always had a standing position to be the first person to start the new business. So before we'd end every meeting, we go to new business. And instead of saying new business, I would turn to my right and I would say Ambassador McDonald, and he knew exactly what I was saying. So those qualities are things that we care about. And that's why we're proud to make the award today. And the dean put it well as to the importance of this award to our board and to the Carter School. But we're very proud to give this award to Minister Haifa Al Najjar. She's someone with impeccable credentials. I mean, we're going to hear from Alma about her resume, but I looked at it, and one of the things that struck me was her commitment to education. And I was very, very interested to see that she won an award from the European Council of International School for promoting international education. To me, that's one of the main reasons why she's well deserving. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Alma, to say a little bit more about our awardee. Alma? Just kidding.
Thanks, Chairman Nealon, and distinguished guests, Your Excellency, Dean Alp, ladies and gentlemen, dear students and guests. I had the honor of meeting Minister Najjar and learning about her work directly during my tenure as the Quaker International Affairs Representative in the Middle East. Minister Al Najjar was serving as the then Superintendent of the Ahliyyah School for Girls, my alma mater, and the Bishop's School for Boys, and serving as the head of the Technical Committee of the Queen Rania Award for Excellence in Education. Her endeavors ensured that future generations of Jordanians, girls and boys were prepared to lead on the local, national, and international level. Minister Najjar built her vision for education on the basis of equality and non-discrimination, aiming at building a cohesive and inclusive Jordanian society. Mr. Al Najjar exemplifies the spirit of Ambassador McDonald's multi-track diplomacy and approach to peace building and conflict resolution with her masterful convening abilities and diplomacy. Her strength is in her ability to leverage her positional power to open difficult conversations to challenges in education, public policy, access to resources, and youth disenfranchisement. Her international technical expertise allows her to share cutting-edge knowledge with sensitivity to its transfer in the local context. Minister Al Najjar has made concerted efforts to reshape education in Jordan, as my colleagues have referenced, but her vision for Jordanian society transcends borders, ethnicities, and religious beliefs. She's a fierce advocate, and I underscore that, for social justice and gender equality in the aftermath of the Arab Spring uprising, where many regional countries have struggled with political identity conflicts. Minister Najjar has built incredible networks across ministries, working with civil society actors, the business community, and individuals and groups, marginalized communities, to amplify their voice and encourage agency. She opened restricted spaces to address the deepest challenges facing her country, youth, and the world at large. Minister Al Najjar believes in the power of the word, the arts, and the value of critical thinking, and has utilized this belief in her work. I watched her engage in difficult discussions and witnessed firsthand her invitation to women leaders to engage with national policies and ensure their meaningful participation in decision-making. Minister Al Najjar, as the chairman indicated, has received many recognitions, and so did the dean. But the most important one is her credibility in the eyes of the world as an influential female leader looking after the health of society at large through her understanding of how important local work is tied to global change. Leveraging her access to resources, she has made possible entry points for many who had not had the privilege of joining the conversation due to their economic status. For example, she created partnerships with local civil society organizations working with underprivileged communities to ensure that their work is enabled. I may not have done justice to Minister Al Najjar, but I hope that I was able to inform this audience of her valuable work and efforts. Her work continues as a Minister of Culture, but yet it will continue as a citizen who cares fully for the well-being of all. She and her efforts are a strong testimony to the exemplary utilization of multi-track diplomacy and peace-building efforts that have been transferred in culturally sensitive and contextually relevant spaces. Minister Najjar, I cannot thank you enough for your public service and for inspiring generations of boys, girls, men, and women, including myself, in Jordan and beyond. Over to you, Chairman.
Yes, at this time, would you like to introduce Mrs. Noor?
Yes, please. Actually, the award will be read by Mr. Dalal Fayyad.
Okay.
And then I would like to read the ambassador's message, Chairman Nealon, if you allow me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Please do.
Can I go ahead and do that first?
Please go ahead.
Okay. I have here a message from Ambassador Dina Qawar, congratulating Her Excellency Minister Najjar. She gave me permission to read it on her behalf. Thank you for inviting me as we celebrate a truly remarkable Jordanian woman and a dear friend, Her Excellency Minister Haifa Al Najjar. I would have loved to join you and deliver these remarks in person, but regrettably, this was not possible given the United Nations General Assembly convening in New York. My thanks to Dr. Alma Abdelhadi Jadallah, who has kindly arranged for my remarks to be shared today. Dr. Haifa, my heartfelt congratulations to you on this well-deserved award. Some of you may know Haifa as the current Jordanian Minister of Culture or as a member of the Jordanian Senate. Others may recognize her as having been the president of the Business and Professional Women Association in Amman, who was named one of Forbes magazine's most powerful women in the Arab world. But I would say that Haifa is most known for being an educator in every sense of the word. She has had a profound impact on the lives of many Jordanian youth and the educational sector in Jordan writ large, and in fact was the principal of the school that I had attended as a child. Anyone who has had the pleasure of knowing Haifa can attest to how dynamic, approachable, and in all honesty, humorful and funny she is. She has brought these qualities with her in every role I have seen her take on. As you all probably know, peace building requires tools, but just as importantly, it requires people who are committed to those they are working with and who carry with them the values that make peace building efforts meaningful. Haifa is a true embodiment of such a person. I am delighted that the Carter School has decided to present her with the Ambassador McDonald Award, a phenomenal choice. Haifa, congratulations once again. Thank you, Dina Qawa. Over to you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Is there any further inscription that you may want to present regarding the award?
We'd like Ms. Dalal Fayyad to read the award.
Okay,
so we can-
great.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Please proceed.
Ambassador John McDonald Award is presented to Her Excellency Mrs. Haifa Al Najjar, Minister of Culture, Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, in recognition of her unwavering national and international commitment to strengthening innovative approaches to peace, education, youth, and gender empowerment and cultural diplomacy, leading to justice, equality, and freedom on all levels of society.
Thank you very much. At this time, it's my great and high honor to introduce to you Minister Najjar.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll speak it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Can I start by saying how much I am touched by every single word shared with us today. And I need to talk to you from heart. No speeches at my end. And if you allow me, I would like to start by promising Crystal McDonald that I will be reading this book in an extremely passionate way. Thank you for sending me this book. I truly appreciate it, and I truly appreciate your kind words. I will keep it in my heart, soul, and conscience all the time. Thank you. Dean Azardam, thank you, Your Excellency, for your kind words. Much, much appreciated. And I would like to thank Mr. Bob, Chairman Bob, for his introduction and for being the master of ceremony of this heartfelt, at my end, heartfelt occasion. And of course, I cannot but thank Alma, Dr. Alma Abdelhadi, for her friendship and for being the person she is. Thank you, Alma. I truly appreciate it. And of course, our ambassador, Dina Qawa, every single word she shared with you expresses her generosity. And let me tell you this story, a very personal story. I would like to thank Mercedes as well. Thank you for supporting the whole. I believe without you, Mercedes, we couldn't have been all of us here. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I would like to thank my colleagues, the Ministry of Culture, and particularly I would like to thank all the people that really taught me and Dean Azardem, you've mentioned that I did it all. I need to share with you this secret. I tried, I'm not really sure I succeeded, but definitely I did not do it all. There is a long way to go. A long, long, long way to go. I will continue to be, I promise you today that I will continue to be the educationalist Alma knows me as, the learner that the world needs to. Talking about peace building, about conflict resolution, about our shared humanity. This cannot come, this cannot happen unless we present ourselves as learners and we genuinely, with open hearts, continue learning, continue building bridges, continue believing that educators, good educationists, humane educators, such as your good selves, are in the heart of the world. We cannot achieve anything unless we surround ourselves with good educationalists and with good role models. And I was fortunate enough to be surrounded, to start with, to be born in a country that was led by King Hussein, our late King Hussein, who was a model of humility, of not just humility, he goes beyond the humility. He was a source of hope. He presented Jordan, despite the challenges. He literally put Jordan on the map of the world. Thank God that although we passed through his loss, it was catastrophic for Jordanians. We have King Abdullah, His Majesty King Abdullah, whom I truly appreciate, respect, and love. And I was raised in a home where we proudly say we love our king. And I'm not sharing this with you in any political manner. Politics are, I am the Minister of Culture, so let the politicians deal with their political agenda. I am sharing this with you out of heart because I truly believe that being the daughter of Jordan and Jordan in the heart of the world, the heart of the Arab world, I was raised as a proud Jordanian, proud Palestinian, proud Lebanese, proud Arab by all means, and I was raised by my leaders, by the Hashemites, and by my family as the daughter of the world. And my mother used to tell me, and this is the story that I wanted to share with you, that when you're faced by a challenge, you look at the mirror and take accountability. But when you're faced with goodness, or you solve the challenge, look at the mirror and imagine hundreds of people around you. So we need each other. Accountability should be on the top of our agenda, and we're accountable on our realities. However, we cannot solve the challenges. We cannot present our shared humanity unless we are genuinely open. Jordan has always been, as I said, and Alma knows this, I always shared with my students that they are in the heart of their schools. Their schools are in the heart of Jordan. Jordan is in the heart of the Arab world, and the Arab world is in the heart of the world. And so they are in the heart, and they are there to make a difference. They're not there to be mere numbers. And for me, education was always about offering free spaces for students to be critical thinkers, Jordan is about critical thinking. To be true to their country, to be proud of their country, to be proud of their leaders, to be proud of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, the country that, despite living in the heart of the challenges of the Middle East, we presented a model. In fact, we represented quite unique, authentic story of resilience. And I think the story of Jordan, the resilient story of our country, will be definitely taught at all levels. Because despite the challenges, despite living in the heart of the Middle East, we continue to believe, we continue to spread hope, we continue to spread, to build bridges, and we're fully committed to peace building. And I cannot but be appreciative of my country, appreciative of the Hashemites, appreciative of Jordan, that really, as I said, despite living in the heart of deep conflicts, we continue to spread positivity and to spread the smile. In this part of the world, sometimes it's easier to feel despair. However, Jordan has always been about goodness and about service. And I present myself here not as a person who did it all, as a person who is serving his country and serving our shared humanity. And when it comes to service, as an educationalist, as a teacher, as a proud teacher, I would like, by accepting and being honored by your award, I would like through you and through this beautiful energy to express my deep gratitude to my students, my colleagues, and to apologize to every single one of them, in case I hurt them without being able to really understand. Because when we start our career, we do a lot of mistakes. Sometimes we hurt each other. Sometimes the ego becomes the main. So there's a lot to be done to get over our egos and to be able to genuinely connect. Going back to Jordan and my personal story, Jordan represents diversity, and it's our true national. When I talk about diversity, when we present diversity, Jordan is about diversity, and Jordan is a good example of diversity. Humility, critical thinking. We're about creativity. We're about partnerships. We're about innovative approaches to life. And we cannot achieve that unless we connect the emotional with the rational, as much as we all need to be rational. However, I am in a time celebrating being a grandmother of two wonderful grandchildren. I believe that we are here to really serve them and to prepare the future where they can live in peace, in harmony, and where we need to work hard to continue serving Jordan, continue presenting ourselves as servants of our countries, of our people, of our students. And we cannot do that unless we do it wholeheartedly, do it with passion, do it with open minds, being able to invite paradigm shifting when it is needed. And I truly believe that life is a journey, it's a process. I always enjoyed the journey, and my mother always in our house taught us that life is not about awards. As much as I truly appreciate this award, life is not about academic achievements. Academic achievements are highly appreciated. However, we go beyond our academic achievements, our awards, our egos, our power. We need always to bridge, connect, unite, reconnect, and life is a journey towards the inner part of the self. The inner part of the self, the outer part, and the universe. So as much as I am proud, as I said, I love the soul of my country. I love my king. I love my queen. I am very confident that the future is our future is very bright. We have a wonderful crown prince who works for the youth of Jordan. I am truly, truly hopeful that Jordan, despite the limited resources, despite the challenges, will always continue to represent our shared humanity, our universality in such a profound and inspiring manner. Thank you so very much for your kindness, for your generosity, and again, I would like to look at the mirror and continue presenting myself as an accountable person when it comes to my services to my country, services to my students, services to you now. Now you're part of my conscious, and I will definitely work in full partnership with you, conveying the message of conflict resolution, of peace, of celebrating our diversity, of justice, of equality. And when we talk about gender issues, I truly believe that women, we need to invite back our female energy. And we need the balance between male-female energy. Without this balance, we will be losing our shared humanity. Goodness is about understanding our inner part of the self, but it is more about the collective. Thank you all for being here. Again, every single word said by every one of you will be protected in my heart, conscious, and mind. And more importantly, it will reflect on my behavior. I promise that I will continue to be the learner. Alma knows I am to learn more from you all, learn from my colleagues at the Ministry of Culture, learn from every single human being that passes through my life, continue to be open, continue to be flexible, try as much as I can to be up to my country's expectation. My country, yes, is small, yes, is challenged, yet it is in my own imagination and mind and heart is the biggest, not by means of space, heart. Jordan has a big heart, and I will try always to be up to the heart of my country, the heart of my leadership, the leaders of our country, and you all. Thank you so much. Again, usually I speak more than that. Words come to my mind easily, but I'm extremely honored. I'm humbled by your kindness, by your award. And I truly appreciate, as I said, every single word said, every single message sent will be reflected in my life. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. We're all clapping at our desks for your great presentation. Would you mind holding the award up to the screen so that everybody can see it for a few minutes?
Very honored. Thank you so much.
So we are all here with lots of questions for you, and I know you've been speaking for a while. If you wouldn't mind answering a few questions about your career and your accomplishments.
My colleagues want to say hello.
Oh, hello.
Marhaba.
You have
Thank
quite,
you.
you have quite an august speech there.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm ready for your questions.
Sure, we're gonna go ahead and take questions. Please identify yourself and fire away with the questions. Okay, the first question is from me. I want to hear all about Tanweer, your education program in Jordan.
Let me unmute myself. Jordan has always been challenged when it comes to our educational resources. However, Jordan is going through a wonderful transformational journey at all levels. Education is in the heart of our transformational journey. We are looking deeply and in a very critical manner at the services we offer our students at the public schools. Jordan had, we always have, we continue to have good schools in Jordan, private sector. The public sector was established and based on quality and excellence due to so many different reasons. The educational system was challenged in Jordan. And I proudly say that Queen Rania Abdullah, our beloved queen, was very much in touch with the educational scene in Jordan. And we have an outstanding initiatives when it comes to transforming our curriculum, training our teachers, investing on the quality of our schools, building empowered school system, and trying to take our students beyond the idea of spoon feeding. Jordan is truly about critical thinking, analytical thinking, inviting research into as a main tool in schools amongst all institutions in Jordan. And we continue to be loyal in our schools, in our curriculum, to the cause of peace building and justice. Every single Jordanian would now be very, very pro-peace. We all listen to His Majesty, we see his wisdom, and we are proud that we continue to be very much loyal to the idea of justice and to the cause, to the just and peace building, to building a just peace between the Israelis and the Palestinians. We believe that the Palestinians have been suffering for a long period of time. They need peace. Unfortunately, politicians are building walls. However, as I said, educationalists and Jordan and His Majesty King Abdullah is about building bridges, and in our curriculum we focus on just peace building, on peace building, on conflict resolutions, and dialogues are taking a lot of place and space in Jordan. I hope I gave you the answer you it's a long story. I can talk hours when it comes to education in Jordan.
I'll have to fly to Jordan, come over. We'll talk about it in more detail.
Thank you.
Next question, I think, is from KC. KC. All right, Casey.
No, I believe it's the dean who has his hand up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dean.
And before me, I saw Alman's hand. You see, we are very polite to each other. So
I'm going to yield to you. I'll yield to you. Please go ahead.
Dean, go ahead.
Madam Minister, this is the culture we have here at the Carter School. We are always for each other. Now, my question is really about your current work as the Minister of Culture. So you beautifully elaborated the role of education in peacemaking and peace building. Can you just reflect on your current work as Minister of Culture and what you do on a kind of daily basis? What does that mean for peace in Jordan, in the region, and globally?
Thank you. I look at culture in a very integral and comprehensive manner, in a holistic manner. I truly believe that culture does not live in isolation. Culture is part of education. Culture is part of our economic growth. If we want to see a productive, a socially safe country, a country that truly spreads hope and positive energy and believes in justice, continues to represent the cause, and you know, the Hashemites are the saviors, are they literally serve Al-Aqsa Mosque and all the Christian, not the Christian, I don't want to talk about Christianity and Islam in a way, because I am myself as a Christian. By the Constitution of Jordan, I have to put my religion, and I'm Christian. However, I am a very proud Muslim by culture and civilization. Culture is about diversity. Culture is about the one, the individual, and the collective. It's about spreading and modeling and presenting all faces of art, all faces of culture, philosophy, dialogues, arts, theater, creative industries, cultural and creative industries. All of these aspects come together, and we cannot. I'm trying my best to work in full partnership with my colleagues at the cabinet, with the private sector, and with the civil society. I believe that we have a strong civil society movement in Jordan. We have, talking about creativity and innovative approaches to life. Jordan is a great example, by all means. And through bridging between culture, education, between the artists and educationalists, between theater and classrooms, economy and culture, economy and our political reform. Jordan is going through a beautiful journey of It's translated to reform, but I believe we go beyond reform into transformation, because Jordan will continue to be a great example of revisiting our reality, looking for better alternatives of our reality. Again, a lot of projects we continue on building on the achievements of my country and the ministry itself, but there is a long way to go. Heritage is the intangible heritage is part of what we do. We're trying to write the narrative of our country in such a way where it will be part of the growth of our youth. We are focusing on offering spaces, free spaces for the youth of Jordan to understand the self, appreciate their abilities, be able to go beyond their capabilities, and create their own future, be accountable on their own future. A lot to be done. I would invite you to visit our website. We're going to work on having it as an interactive one, where peace building is part of our strategic vision. Because if we want to perceive Jordan, to continue protecting Jordan as a safe, talking about security and safety in a profound way, in a deep way, we need to go beyond the traditional or conventional way of presenting security. It's about social security, and social security cannot be achieved unless we give hope back to our people, we build trust with them, we believe in them, we believe in their potential, and they will be part of designing their own future. Again, I can continue talking hours on that. A long way to go.
Thank you, Madam Minister.
Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Alma.
Thank you. My question was answered.
Okay, we got time for 2 more questions. Any more questions? Yes, Daryl, go ahead, sir.
Minister Najjar, congratulations. I had the privilege of living in Jordan for 6 years, and one of the things that stood out to me so profoundly was the incredible and generous hospitality that Jordan offers to refugees from so many countries, not just neighboring countries, but countries in Africa and other places in the region. With so many people displaced from their homes around the world, what lessons might the rest of the world learn from your experience in Jordan?
I'm a strong believer that Jordan is protecting the borders of the world. It might be too much to say, but truly, Jordan literally opened, we in Jordan, Jordanians, we opened our houses, we shared our food, we shared our water. We, as much as we are challenged when it comes to water, we received 1.5 million refugees, Syrian refugees. And we did not just receive them, we did not just open our houses, and we offered them good education, we offered them schools, we offered them services, we offered them jobs. And we did that because Jordan has always been again, Alma might understand what I'm talking about. The Hashemites represent the true message of Islam. And we, Jordanians, and Palestinians, and Syrians, and the Hashemites were our role models when it comes to generosity, when it comes to opening our houses, our schools. The message of Islam is about inviting the other into your table. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam believed that life is about relations. God offered us each other to connect, to dialogue, and Jordan was that example. You share, you don't take, you take and give. And sometimes you give more than you take. It's part of God's gifts. When you're able to give more than you take, it's then your part. This is the deep meaning of Islam. Again, I'm not presenting Islam as a religion. I'm talking about Islam as my civilization, as my culture. And that's why, again, I believe that we're protected. When it comes to resources, we lack resources. Yet, before even the Syrian civil war occurred, we long time ago, we don't now talk about Palestinians and Jordanians, but Jordan was open to many Palestinians, and the Palestinians now are part of the textile of Jordan. Jordan is a country of citizenship, a country of law, country of good institutions. And in 1948, we opened our houses again to Palestinians. My mother is originally Palestinian, and she comes from Al Jalil, and she lived in Akka by the sea. And when she came to Jordan, she literally, on the table, on our table, and our kitchen table, we used to close our eyes and smell the olive trees in Palestine, while we planted olive trees in our house in Salt. This is Jordan Hazard. My mother, as a Palestinian, always said, when we lost her years ago, that as much as she loved Palestine, because she was raised in Akka by the sea, she was by all means a frustrated Palestinian. Her land was taken, yet she was about peace building, and as much as she loved her country, her city, her village, loved the sea, when she came to Jordan, she said, if and only if our humanity, we will be able to invite our sanity through loving Jordan, through appreciating Jordan, and to appreciating the openness of Jordan. Again, the world sometimes I feel does not really appreciate Jordan as it should be, or the leadership of Jordan. There is a good part of opening up our borders, is that we learn from the Syrians, we learned from the Iraqis when they came. They invested in Jordan, the Iraqis. However, the Syrian refugees did not have enough resources, but they had good skills. So this relation of give and take, we offered them, as I said, our houses, shared with them our children food, but definitely there is a lot to be looked at in a positive manner. Despite the I don't want to say the negative. Of course, we all Jordanians are against any killing in Syria or in Iraq. We're about life. Islam is about life. Christianity is about life. Our humanity is about life. We celebrate life. And we wish that, and we hope, and we pray that all conflicts will be solved. And if we don't really sit together, if we don't put our challenges at the table, share our frustrations at the table, and be able to look at each other and talk and dialogue, will always continue to live in nowhere.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, Madam Minister, we are running out of time. Unfortunately, we've enjoyed your inspiring comments, and I think everyone here is convinced that Jordan is the center of the universe, so we all want to go over there. I can't wait to make my trip over there so I can.
Thank you. When are you coming to Jordan? Please be in touch with us.
I am coming after this conversation with you today. I guarantee you I will be there. I've always wanted to go there, and I'm going to make an effort to do it. Hopefully I can get some of my colleagues to join me, but
Please do.
We will. Thank you once again. We know why this award was well deserved, and we picked the right person. I can't think of anyone more special than you. And let's have a round of applause for the minister. That concludes our ceremonies today. Dean, would you like to say a few words in closing?
Well, to start with, just thank you, Bob, for your emceeing of this event, and once again, I'd like to thank all members of the Charter School Advisory Board and the nomination committee and everybody who took part in the organization of this event. Thank you all.
Thank you, Charter School. Thank you all. Thank you.
And Minister Najjar, thank you so much for accepting our award and your thoughtful remarks. And you made our Peace Week an exceptional experience for all of us.
Thank you. I'm honored and humbled.
And well, I'm humbled that you accepted our award. And
Thank you, sir.
I think we now build that bridge between our hearts, as you described,
Definitely.
and we have that connection now. And I look forward to building partnerships of peace building with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dean. One last comment from Crystal. Crystal, would you tell us whether the ambassador would have been proud of the awardee today?
Absolutely. And there are two words which I often heard from him. I want people, before they start working with me, that they say, it comes from my heart. He didn't want just to have anybody. It had to come from the heart. And the second thing that you two share with him, or what you share with him, is optimism. He was always optimistic. And thank you very much. And I really hope that you come one day also to Washington, D.C.
Definitely. Well, I have Alma's house in Washington. I would love to come. My eldest daughter lived in Washington for years. Thank you so much. I would love you all to come and visit Jordan. Consider that at the personal level, my house is yours. The Najjar's house is yours. You can stay with us. And the Ministry of Culture is your second house. Jordan will definitely be your home. Please come and visit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Minister.
Thank
And before we adjourn, I just want to thank Mercedes for all her help. She did a tremendous job, and we're very lucky to have her. We're stand adjourned. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.